He's gone. Right, go on.
So you get a bulb.
Right. Yeah, a bulb. Yeah. Have you got something in your throat? What are you doing? Are you eating a gobstopper? What are you doing?
We'll play a song then.
No, come on! Get the clue out, for goodness sake.
So the cryptic clue is, so, if you get a bulb, right, so...
That's the beginning. Okay, great.
Right, if you get a, if you get a bulb, like, go on.
And you look after it, right, you look after that bulb. And you teach it stuff.
Jesus
and all that.
Christ.
What you doing there, do you know what I mean?
This is extraordinary. This is extraordinary.
Imagine that written down in the Telegraph.
He's had 18 months to get.
Imagine it. That's not a clue. That's an essay.
I don't know what it is.
This is a conversation with yourself.
A light bulb, a bulb like you plant in the garden. What kind of bulb does he mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
Oh, okay.
Right, you get a bulb.
Well, remember that. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
No,
okay. It doesn't matter.
It does, but I can't say too much. Right, so listen, let me just do it again. You get a bulb, right?
Yeah.
When it's young, you look after that bulb, you teach it stuff and what have you. What have you done there? What's gone on?
Brilliant!
And what are the initials of the band?
R, right? R for rabbit, right? So what's the band there? Second one.
Jesus.
People have a problem doing this when they get home from like a night out drinking. Right? What's the problem they've got? Right? The initial there, K. What's the band? Right? People get in from having a night out, they'll have a problem doing this. What is it? What's the problem?
Okay. And clue number 3?
I had a vision of that Chinese flu. Right? That's C. I had a vision of that Chinese flu.
You had a vision of that Chinese flu.
Yeah,
and that's
the
the
band
letter C.
C. Right? So 3 bands there. 3 cryptic clues.
Not really.
Text in 83XFM. Just send the 3 band names. That'll do on it.
Can they do a website as well?
If they want, they can email in.
Well, tell them what it is.
Yeah, ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Send it in there.
Give them again quickly then, Carl.
Right then, so get a bulb when it's young and that. Look
Brilliant,
after it.
different, totally
look after
different.
It, teach it stuff.
Yeah.
And all that.
Okay.
R. What's the band? Right. The second one. People have a problem doing this when they get home late at night. You know, they've been out drinking and that. They get home. What problem are they going to have? K is the initial. Third one. I had a vision of that Chinese flu. What do I mean?
Brilliant.
C is the initial.
Play a record. I mean, it's abomination. Right, go. Embrace, Glorious Day on XFM 104.9.
Rick, there may be listeners tuning in thinking they've got something better to do, for instance switching off the radio and just staring blankly at the wall for the next half an hour, but no, because what they're going to miss is our grand finale to this, which is of course sponsored by Lindauer's, the sparkling wine solution to a hot summer's day. That we're going to be firing a cork.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Good.
They're going to be firing a cork at Carl's head just for the sound.
I was just thinking sound. Huh?
It's not happening.
Yes, it is. You said no. We've said it is now.
We promised it to the listeners.
Yeah, come on.
I'm not happy with it.
Why? Because the pain.
Well, I've never had it done, so I don't know how painful it is.
Well, what reason to do it then?
Yeah, we've got to try it out, haven't you? You're perfect. It's like a little cowbell or wood block. He said, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for pop. And I'm going to film it for my website.
Brilliant.
So go to that this week, rickygervais.com, and see Carl Pilkington getting hit. A high-powered cork coming out of Lindauer sparkling wine.
Lindauer sparkling wine. And of course, if you want to send us anything in, and perhaps next week that you feel we could actually that'd be great. That's us to do.
This is like interactive because a lot of people plan the show. Like Dr. Fox plans the show. We sort of come up, we riff on the. That's a great idea. Send stuff in that we could harm Carl with.
Yeah, we
harm Carl. Harm Carl. We do a jingle. Harm Carl.
I've always wanted one of those George Foreman grills. I always wanted one of them.
I know, but that's too much, isn't it?
We could. What if we just pressed his head inside it?
We'd
have to put it on.
Put it on. See, yeah.
Just squeeze his head inside it.
I've got to do that thing with a tea towel one day. You know that thing I did with a tea towel? You put a tea towel around his head, right, tie it. I put a wooden spoon in, and you only have to turn it like a couple of inches, and it kills you, doesn't it?
Yeah, sure.
It really is, yeah. So we'll be firing a cork at Carl's head. I'll be filming it for the website. website.
So that's coming up
That'd be brilliant.
about 10 to 3. Look forward to that.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm loving this. This is my. Just being in a room with him. I just can't. I want to squeeze his head all the
I'll tell
time.
you, if you're a fan of imbeciles and idiots,
Yeah.
you're missing out if you're not watching Celebrity Love Island.
I watched about 30 seconds of it, and I hate them. Just desperate idiots and slappers. I actually angers me.
I switched on Celebrity Love Island. The first thing I thought is, where's a tsunami when you need one? but seriously, but there's a guy on there. There's a guy on there, Paul. I think his name's Paul Danan, ex of Hollyoaks, and he's an absolute joy. Because like Carl, he's an absolute simpleton.
Oh really?
And it's fantastic. And he was on one week, and he was talking about how he fancied Lady Isabella Harvey.
Oh yeah.
And he said to her, thing is, right, I really fancy her because she don't like reading books and I don't like reading books.
I've got something in
But I like the idea that he's attracted to someone for something they don't do.
I know, yeah.
I've never killed a kid. She's never killed a kid.
What,
We're gonna get
what
married.
about sleep around? That would be a good thing to be attracted to someone for.
Unbelievable.
Oh, just honestly, and Big Brother's the same.
Is it?
Just a load of ropey old
Cats.
yeah, I know, just like a horrible, cellulited, wobbly, rice-arsed, fat-titted tarts, and idiots, and show-offs, and they all disgust me for a different reason. I don't know which one to hate most,
I know.
and why. They all give me a couple of reasons to hate them.
That's what the nomination should be. you
Yeah.
know, nominate who do you hate the most? Because
Absolutely.
I thought I was going to switch on and find that actually, people like Abby Titmus and Rebecca Lewis had been misrepresented by the press.
Oh, what, the one that wanked off a pig in public? Oh yeah, go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that? Did you say wonked off?
I said wonked off
you said
a
wonked off,
pog.
yeah.
Wonked off a pog. Yeah. That's great, isn't it?
But I mean,
It's amazing, Rebecca. I mean, don't even get me started on Abby Titmus. Don't even get me. Don't.
I like the idea of her parents perhaps going to some kind of someone's birthday or whatever, meeting some old friends who've been away living in another country.
Yeah.
How's young Abby? Is she still a nurse saving lives? No, she gets her tits out for a living now.
Aren't you funny? Yeah, Rebecca Lewis, by her own admission, I don't know if it's true, but she said she sleeps with a married man, then sold a story to Edwards, then wonked off a pog, right? That's a hell of a CV, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to
that. That is amazing. I bet her nan's very, very proud of her.
Yeah.
Oh God, don't, just forget it. Don't get me started. I'll be watching every night for the next 10 minutes. You can't not. My adrenaline rushes. I hate, and you go, oh God, I'll just tune in to see. It's almost like you tune in to see which one gets hurt.
Yeah.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Emotionally scarred.
But maybe one of them will come through. Well, we'll find out. We're always going to be we're going to find out that one of them was like had a really, really bad childhood, and we feel sorry for her for a little, like the Jade Goody syndrome or something. And oh God, then they release an exercise video. Oh, Carl, we got to get in on this. Oh, imagine Carl in Big Brother.
That would be a joy.
That would be amazing. But you turned on and you hated it, didn't you?
Yeah, I gave it like 3 minutes. It's gone. There's always something better on though. You annoy me that you watch it. You moan about it now, but you watch it.
I know. Yeah, I know.
There's always something.
I really did not watch any of Celebrity Love, and that was just too awful. I think the celebrities are worse than general public, though, to me, because if they're so desperate, they want 9 little bites of the cherry, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Well, at least these people, they think that they're gonna get out of their job they don't like, maybe, or it's sort of like. I give them their 15 minutes, but it's God.
But there's always something. I mean, when we were out the other night, Steve, right? There's a program on about a spider that's a foot long and eats chicken. No one's talking about it.
I don't know where to start. What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, well,
I'm sorry. I had to stand up because I thought I was going to explode. What do you mean? There's a spider that's a foot long and eats chicken.
There was a program on about it how there's this spider in the jungle or something. But I missed it because it was out. But no one's talking about that in the papers. To me, that's a worry.
That's about why. In case it nicks your Sunday roast. What do you mean?
Well, but if it likes chicken now, Rick, in like 2 years' time, who knows what it might
I know, it move up the evolutionary ladder, it start liking Carl, then humans.
No, I'm not bothered about the chicken bit, because I eat chicken, that isn't that shocking, but the fact it's a foot long, and no one's, it's just on a Thursday night, no one's talking about it.
What do you expect, though? What do you expect from this? It's got its own PR. What do you want? What do you want this spider to be famous? Where is it? Where is it?
In the jungle.
It's not worrying anyone then, is it? It's not going to move.
Well, why?
It's not
going to.
though. What do you mean?
What do you mean it's not going to move? There's waves and that, they're coming bananas and all that. So, don't worry about it. So, I'm not, if you're going to be like that.
Anyway, listen, we better line up Babushka. We better play that surely, because I know you need to analyse those lyrics. That's very important to you, I know. We've still got that Cork hitting.
Cork on their head's going to be great. We're going to put his little head down and really give it a firing.
Sponsored by Lindauer Sparkling Water.
Jessie's Girl by Rick Springfield. The reason I played that is twofold. One, it's one of the prizes we're giving away. It's an album called Rock Gods, and that's with a Z, right, and an umlaut over the O.
Yeah.
And it's got Kiss, Judas Priest, Deep Root of the Darkness. I mean, it really is good. It's all your classic rock tracks. The other reason I want to play it is because I like that song, and it's a great little uptempo bubblegum pop song, rock, great. But it's got one of the worst lyrics in it. He's worried about bringing up the fact that he loves his girlfriend's his mate's girlfriend, and he goes, "Should I bring it up?" He goes, I tell her that I love her, but the point may be moot."
Just you don't use that in a rock song. The point may be moot. Well, I was listening to Christian O'Connell on the Breakfast Show when he had this Bounty Hunter thing running a couple of weeks back, and I don't know what happened, but anyway, he ended up with Brian Adams in the studio doing a live session. Brian, good-natured or whatever, but you can't help but feel with Brian that he thinks that he's Bruce Springsteen. But there's something wrong. I mean, he's got the voice and the guitar, he can play and everything, but there was a lyric, and he played it completely earnestly, and it was a session, and the lyric was something. It was from his recent album, and the lyric was along the lines of, and I'm paraphrasing, but it was along the lines of, I'm sat in my hotel room, there's a knock at the door and I get kind of nervous. I'm hoping it's you, it's just room service. Which is extraordinary, but Christian came up with the best, they finished it, and obviously Christian was thinking, what did I say? And he came up with the best answer if you've had a session that you're not entirely convinced by. He just said quite simply, that sounded great.
That's good.
Which is amazing. Who are you complimenting there? The engineer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like the sound recordist. What does that mean?
That's great.
That sounded great.
Yeah, good. We got some good mics.
Yeah.
Oh, Brian Adams. Is it true he bought the pub next door to him and closed it down because they were noisy?
I hope so.
Yeah, that's what money's for.
Oh,
that is what money's for, isn't
absolutely
it?
Right.
Waking up the neighbours. That was his album, wasn't it? That was right. That was. I don't know if that was before or after that. Whether it was related or not.
But if you buy a house next to a pub, you know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
So move, rather than ruining the fun for everyone.
It's more good advice from Carl Pilkington. Carl, while we're talking to you, we should give these answers to Rockbusters. It's the big quiz. And of course, the winner this week goes forward to play in the grand final in 6 weeks' time, where they get to win all those amazing gifts. We've
a signed Homer drawn especially for Carl by Matt Groening. Nigel Tufnell signed rare poster. They're amazing. Should we give away a sort of maybe a original print behind the scenes of extras? We've got some amazing pictures, filming extras. I was thinking the other day, like how excited I am to be with Carl and let off corks on his head. Well, our editor, long-suffering editor Nigel, we worked with Ben Stiller, Kate Winslet, Sam Jackson, all these people for 8 weeks. It was amazing. But my highlight, I thought about it, and my highlight was dressing Nigel up, our editor, in a baby grow.
Sure.
It was, I planned it, we got the department, costume department hired it, and we dressed it up, and it looked brilliant, didn't it?
Yeah.
And it's just...
And that is BBC licence fee money going towards you dressing up your editor, because you didn't pay for it. The BBC paid for it, so that is how your money has been spent, people.
But it's available on the DVD again. Exactly. Nothing's wasted.
Which you have to buy for 15 quid. Sure. So yeah,
it's the whole thing is one big reality game show, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
Anyway, the answers, give us the...
Go on, give us a clue. I haven't got an idea. Go on, give me the clue then again.
Right, well, do you want to say who the winner is, or...
No, let's hear the answers.
First clue was, if you get a bulb when it's young, you look after it and that, you teach it stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Go on.
The initial was R.
Yeah.
Right, that was Razorlight. Alright?
Razorlight, you raise a light.
Razorlight, okay.
Kind of works.
Yeah, it didn't matter what sort of bulb it was then.
It was very
sure.
specific.
I don't mind, go on.
People have a problem doing this when they get home from a night out drinking.
Yeah.
What's the problem they're having? They have a problem getting the key in. Keying.
That's awful.
Word.
That doesn't count. Keying.
And they got it right.
It's keen. It's one's awful. Awful.
I had a vision of that Chinese flu. That the initial I was C. That was Caesars. Caesars. They managed to get that as well.
I love the fact that even he knows they managed to get that as well. Did anyone get all three?
Yeah, a few people.
That's terrible. Okay, who's the first one? Who was
I
the
don't
first-
know what it says about XFM and its listeners that people are getting these answers right.
I know. Go on then.
I mean, horrific. But anyway, we're going to give it, and he goes forward, as I say, for the big prizes in 6 weeks' time. It's Paul in Bookham. Well done,
Paul, but also he does get the complete series of Alias, League of Gentlemen, that Rock Gods album. So you know, it's pretty good. But Open Water on DVD and a chance to win all those prizes. Brilliant. Yeah. Coming up next, a cork smacking a bald man on the bonds really hard. XFM. London. It's yours.
XFM 104.9 playing Green Day. The studio's falling apart.
I know, his microphone broke.
I don't know why Lindauer's, the sparkling wine, want to be associated with this shambles of a show.
It is falling apart. This is awful, this studio. It's got to be fixed. Right now, Carl, come round here. It's the time where I'm going to let a cork off. Do you want to film this, Steve?
Yeah,
that'll be available on the website next week, rickygervais.com. So see Carl getting hit. One bloke suggested we leave the metal cap on because it's get a better pitch, but we'll take that. He's let's
get the camera ready.
Get the camera ready. Ready?
So if you just joined us, we are using some Lindauer's sparkling wine to basically, what can I say really, fire a cork at Carl's round
ready?
head.
Ready?
Hang on a sec, let me just put the headphones on.
Alright, film this then. Okay. He's in position, look.
Just firing
right.
up.
Okay, Carl, come on there so we can see your head a little bit. We want to get the noise, the microphone there. Right, ready? Hold on.
Good. So you're just doing it.
Hold on. Now, it's in position. What if it... Oh. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, God, it... Oh!
Oh, it's like Jackass.
Did it hurt? What do you mean, did it hit you?
I sort of just...
It went off course, did it? Just glanced at it.
Right, Lindauer, you're going to send us 8 more bottles, please.
Yeah,
so we're going to get this right.
Homesick. Kings of Convenience. Beautiful.
Yeah.
On XFM 104.9. Well, that's nearly the end of our first of 6 shows.
I'm
Our
just thinking
summertime
back to
special.
some of the highlights, Rick, so far today. I don't know what you've made of it. We
Finger at the arse.
Finger at the arse, testicles early on.
Orientals don't age very well. Bit of
liberty.
racism. Bit of racism with the Germany's full of cants.
Yeah, that was
That isn't swearing. Cork on the head. Champagne down the electrical works. So good. Just the finale is monkey news, obviously.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news, yeah.
There isn't. I've been away, haven't I?
Right, there's been no monkey news. You can't get.
No, but I haven't had a proper chance to sort of, you know.
Carl, your monkey news is of spurious tales from the 17th century sometimes. So let's have one of those.
No,
let's have a monkey who dressed as Zorro and they thought he was a woodsman, but when they took his head off he was a 4-foot hairy chimp. Let's have one of those ridiculous stories.
Well, we've done that though. But do you want to go back on some of the ones?
Oh, just what is the monkey news? There must have been some monkey news this week.
The only thing that sort of stood out, do you know, like, they're having problems...
You're just making this up! Where's your information? Where's the piece of paper? Where's the document? What is this?
Because I've been away, so I haven't got anything.
Let's hear
But it's bad enough when he's reading it he gets it wrong. When he's just riffing, it's going to be absolute twaddle.
Let's hear it out.
Right, do you know, like, they're having problems getting new people to be policemen?
Oh,
Go on.
They've, in America... They're taking them on to sort of join the SWAT team.
They've taken what on?
Some little monkeys.
Okay.
Giving them walkie-talkies and all that. And
well, they can't talk.
They're just walkies.
They don't have
Yeah, giving them some walkies. What do you mean? What was
being given commands and that? And they
well, so it's one way. They tell them they've got the little thing strapped to them.
They're good at like getting into small small places and that, and sort of cracking stuff and all that. Like I say, it's just half a story I just picked up on.
That's not a story.
Well, what do you want?
Monkey news.
Well, I'll get some better stuff next week, but I've literally got off a plane.
This is the worst. This is one of the worst shows we've ever done.
And that's saying something, Rick. We've done some tripe.
This is nothing. And to end with the police in America have given monkeys walkie-talkies. That's nothing. That is a disgrace.
And what do you mean that you've not had enough time to prepare? We've been off air for 18 months.
Yeah.
What, there's been no accumulated monkey news in that time?
It's got to keep it fresh, though, hasn't it?
Great, well, what time you
XFM.
Coldplay, Speed of Sound. Steve, I know you like an insight to my musical taste.